One of the most shocking and calculated attacks we've seen in recent SmackDown history just unfolded when Roman Reigns and Jimmy USO turned on Randy Orton in devastating fashion. If you've been following the soap opera that is WWE, you know this moment changes everything. So let's break down exactly what led to this explosion, what it means for these three superstars, and where this story goes from here. Make sure you stick around because this is one of the most compelling angles heading into the next chapter of WWE programming. When you think about Randy Orton, what comes to mind? The Viper has spent decades being one of the most adaptable competitors in professional wrestling. He's worked with everyone from The Undertaker to John Cena to Seth Rollins, and he always finds a way to stay relevant and dangerous. But Roman Reigns represents something different entirely. The tribal chief has built his entire persona around respect, authority, and this idea that he's operating on a different level than everyone else on the roster. He's not just a wrestler in Roman's mind, he's royalty. He's the mountain you have to climb, and if you show him any disrespect, there are consequences. The thing about Jimmy USO that makes him such a valuable piece in Roman's world is their family bond. We've seen the bloodline evolve over time, and while relationships within that group have been tested, the core connection between Roman and Jimmy remains solid. When Roman needs someone he can trust absolutely, it's Jimmy. When Roman needs muscle, it's Jimmy. When Roman needs to send a message, it's Jimmy standing right there with him. Now, Randy Orton making moves that crossed Roman Reigns is the setup here. Whether it was a verbal jab, a perceived slight, or some kind of action that made Roman feel disrespected, the Viper crossed a line. In the world of sports entertainment, that's the kind of mistake that gets you hurt. And hurt he did get. What made this attack so significant wasn't just the violence itself, though the impact was absolutely brutal. It was the psychology behind it. Roman Reigns doesn't waste energy on random attacks. Everything he does has purpose. Everything he does sends a message. By bringing Jimmy into this, by orchestrating this assault in the way he did, Roman was essentially telling the entire SmackDown locker room something crystal clear: there are levels to this, and if you think you can operate without acknowledging my supremacy, this is what happens. You get your head knocked in by the tribal chief and his family. Randy Orton has been in this business long enough to know better. He's survived attacks from some of the most dangerous men in professional wrestling history. He's tangled with legends and legends in the making. But something about this moment, the coordination, the intensity, the messaging suggests that this isn't just going to blow over quickly. This feels like the kind of incident that sparks an actual feud, the kind of personal vendetta that can carry programming for weeks. The beautiful part about professional wrestling as a storytelling medium is how it allows these personal conflicts to escalate. Every week, you get new chapters. Every week, the drama deepens. And Randy Orton, regardless of what put him on Roman's bad side, now has every reason in the world to seek retribution. But here's the problem from Randy's perspective: how do you get revenge on the tribal chief when he's got Jimmy USO watching his back? When he's got this family structure supporting him? That's what makes Roman's position so interesting from a booking standpoint. What's equally fascinating is thinking about how this elevates the conversation around who matters in the upper card of SmackDown. Roman Reigns has established himself as untouchable, and by extension, so has Jimmy USO. They're not just threats, they're a unit. They operate with impunity, and the action we witnessed proves it. Nobody stopped them. Nobody intervened. That speaks volumes about the hierarchy of the brand. Randy Orton's character has always been defined by his ability to overcome adversity. He's the Viper for a reason. He's calculated, he's methodical, and he doesn't stay down. So even though he caught a beating from two members of the most dominant faction on SmackDown, we know he's not going to go quietly into the night. He's going to plot, he's going to plan, and he's going to find a way to make Roman Reigns feel the consequences of that attack. This is what makes WWE compelling to so many of us. It's not just about the athletic competition, though that's absolutely part of it. It's about these intricate character motivations, these psychological layers, these feuds that can consume weeks of television. Roman Reigns making a statement by going after Randy Orton with Jimmy USO creates multiple storyline avenues moving forward. Do we get a one-on-one match where Randy tries to prove himself? Do we get a tag team encounter? Do we get some kind of larger faction conflict where Randy finds allies to balance the scales against the bloodline? The anticipation now is real. The injury angle, the legitimate heat, the personal vendetta, it's all there. And both men involved are skilled enough to carry this forward in ways that keep fans invested in talking week after week. This is exactly the kind of moment that makes you want to follow along with WWE programming going forward because you genuinely don't know what's coming next. The story has shifted. The lines have been drawn. And now we wait to see how Randy Orton responds when he's ready. But you better believe he will respond. What did you think about this angle? Are you excited to see where Roman and Randy take this? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're a fan of deep wrestling analysis and storyline breakdowns, please hit the like button and subscribe to WWE Express for more content just like this. We dive deep into the psychology of wrestling, the storytelling that makes this business special, and the characters that drive our favorite feuds forward. New videos drop regularly, so hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.